Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today what we're going to do is get started on fitting the X member into the frame. So if you haven't been here, or if you haven't seen what I'm doing, I've got a Model A frame which I've swept in the rear with Chevy frame horns to get, I think it's a 3 or 4 inch sweep. And what I'm doing now is, because I'm using a Lincoln 337 flathead and the factory hydramatic in this, I'm going to use the Lincoln 49 Lincoln X member. Now, 49 Lincoln frame is like that thick, and a Model A frame is like that thick. And so there's going to be a few things I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to lower the where the transmission mounts in the cross member. I'm going to drop that all the way down. I'm going to have to get creative because I'm going to be using the Lincoln brakes. So the master cylinder will be right here, you know, by the steering box. I think it'll be kind of a cool look, but it can't be where it is. So this will have to get cut off and moved in, because the X member is roughly where it goes right now. By my math, the center of this hole needs to be 62 inches from the cross member, or from the back of the radiator, I should say. And that'll give me 1.5 inches of fan clearance. So everything, you know, I'm going to have to shrink the X member. I'm going to have to drop the mount down lower. This thing's real tall here. I'm going to have to drop that down. So I probably won't get all of that done in this video, but I'll get started and hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, because I already know I have to do it, is I got to lower where the transmission mounts. Because the cross member is already at the bottom of the X frame, I'm not going to lower the cross member. I'm just going to lower the mount in the cross member. So I'm going to come down something like this. And I'm gonna make cuts. I'm gonna make cuts for this. So what I'm gonna do, I want this to angle down, so I'll do a cut, something like that, and that. I'll cut along this seam, and this will turn into like a pie cut. So this will all of this down in here, all this will get taken out. This will get folded down. This will drop straight down, and it'll mount right here. This will get folded down, and then it'll all get welded back together. I'll probably have to add a little bit of steel, but as you can see, it'll bring this mount all the way down to the bottom down here, which is really where I need it. I need that because right now the transmission mounts here. There's a mount probably this tall, and then the transmission's up here and goes through up high here. I want the transmission to be going through down low, right above this parking brake mount. In fact, I may flip that parking brake mount down, just to create more room for that to get even lower. And then I'm going to drop this as well. This is going to get dropped. This is going to get cut off. This plate here, it'll get reattached, because this plate, a lot of guys don't reattach just to take it off and then never put it back on. But this plate is for helping keep your drive line from kicking up. So your transmission tail is like right here. And if your U-joint breaks, your drive line can kick up and bust through your floor, cause all kinds of health problems for you potentially. In this car, it probably wouldn't, because my seat's going to be right here. So if it kicked up, it'd have to go through the whole seat and subframe, floor, and everything. But I'm still going to put it on. No point in not putting it on. So that's what I'm going to tackle first. I'm going to tackle front cross member, dropping that down. And then after that, we'll get into dropping this down. Or at least opening it up, I should say. I probably won't drop it down just yet. In fact, I may leave that. That's, now that I'm sitting here on camera thinking about it, this might actually serve to do once the engine and transmission's in the car, so I can lower it as much as I possibly can without actually contacting the transmission. So let's just tackle the cross member for now, get that low. And what I'll probably do is start thinking along the lines of where I want to cut the X member to make it fit. I got to double check my measurements. I got to get the radiator mounted so I can double check my measurement to the Crossmember, make sure I'm at 62 inches. The worst thing in the world would be for me to fit all of this and have it be in the wrong spot. Once we get the X-Member relatively close, what we'll do is we'll weld on some bracing across the frame up here. And then we'll take this out. We'll cut the rivets out, take this Crossmember out because we won't need that anymore. I'm going to have to take the torque tube off and the drive line off of this. We're going to open drive on this thing. The drive line on this thing is only going to be about that long. It's going to be something I can actually weld up here and not have to worry about balancing, because it's pretty hard to get a 1.5 foot long drive line out of balance, at least in any negligible way that's going to affect your drivability. But yeah, let's get to work, and hope you guys enjoy. And make sure you subscribe. Subscribing doesn't cost anything. I know everybody says like and subscribe, you know, ring the bell, all that stuff. They beg and plead, but really it doesn't cost you anything. And my channel's growing, and I could use all the help I could get to keep it going. Lately, the algorithm's been cheating me a little bit. I haven't been hitting my views at all. YouTube hasn't been pushing my videos for whatever reason. They were. I've got some videos that are 5,000 views, but lately my views are 100 views a video, and I feel like my videos are getting better. So, like, comment, subscribe, please. It would really help me out. I could really use the help boosting the views on the channel, because I really like doing this, but if nobody's watching, there's no point in me doing this. I'd like to keep it going. I'd like you guys to be able to see some of the stuff I build and maybe learn something, maybe get motivated to do it yourself. I really don't want to see this hobby die. So it'd be really cool. Really cool to see it grow. So appreciate it if you guys are willing to do that for me. Thank you. Okay, now to fill in the gaps. Now that we're here and we've got this cross member bent and welded into place and lowered, and we got our mounting piece in, we're going to take a piece of this 1/8 inch plate. We're just going to make a piece to go in there and a piece to go in there, and we'll weld them into place just to fill it in, make it look good. I like my work to look like I care about what I'm doing, because I do. So I'm going to mark that there. Let's see, mark it right there. And then on this side, it's right there. Just grab something straight. That's straight enough. And we'll go ahead and do that, and that's our piece. So this one is there, there, right about there. Go ahead and there we go. There's our two pieces. This one is drivers, this one's pass. And I marked them on the top. That one goes there. And that one in there. Perfect. Perfect enough. Perfect enough for me. Okay, so now we're just going to burn these in. Make them look halfway presentable. I'll be able to grind that down so it looks good and fills the space. Grind it all smooth, and I'll pull the whole cross member out, unbolt it and everything, so I can clean up the X member better, and then so I can clean the cross member up better, and then I'll paint it, make it look real pretty. Whoo, it's hot out. Man alive. Whoo, it's hot out here. That's pretty much going to do it for that video, this video. Off camera, what I'll do is I'll get this pulled off, I'll get it ground down, smoothed out, and I'll get it painted. Having it off will make it a lot easier for me to clean up the X member too and get it prepped. Because I really don't want to put, dirty, rusty parts on a car. Everything's going to get cleaned up. Everything's going to get painted. I don't do rat rod stuff. No harm, no foul. If you guys are into that stuff, that's cool. But I do traditional hot rods and custom show cars. And for me, everything that's rusty is on its way to get painted. So, yeah, anyway. Progress. Crossmember's coming out how I wanted it to. Appreciate you guys watching. In the next video, you'll see the crossmember done, and we'll start working on cutting. We'll pull the torque tube. We'll cut the crossmember out. We'll brace the frame, cut the crossmember out, and then maybe get this X member set in, measured and placed. So thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, it's free. Please, again, I hate to beg for subscriptions because everybody in every video asks for subscriptions, but I could really use some. So if you enjoy the content, I try to keep this pretty regular. I try to do a good job. Comments, likes, happy to interact with you guys. I try to respond to every comment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.